We are grabbing each other's hands. We are holding on, and together we are better. Today's show is going to take us all around the world. We've had emails pouring in from people that are on our email list and have been responding. And in that spirit, for those of you that are watching us on video, and we're going to start again.
No, we're okay.
Oh, we're okay. Okay. My husband just gave us a moment of we thought we were muted. Are we actually?
We're okay.
We're okay. All right. And so in that spirit, before we go any further, I want you to, those of you that are watching us right here behind us, Shri and I are going to kind of duck away. This is our mountain of prayer flags in the direct view of our Kedarnath. See our beautiful Kedarnath, this beautiful peak right here. This literally is the Jyotirlinga that sits in the Kedarnath Himalayas, where Shri and I were very blessed to be stranded. It was quite fabulous, along with about 19 other people. But these are the flags that we have brought back from Bhutan, and there are more coming. And we felt that today we would bring the beautiful energy of patience, smiles, and love, which is the way that things are being really handled here in Ecuador right now. We wanted to send a piece of our valley, and you can almost feel the flags waving, huh? We should have turned that into like a little GIF, but if you concentrate enough, you can feel the presence and the energy. And welcome. We have so much to share about the moment at hand. And before we go any further, Shri, where are we? Where can people connect with us today?
Well, wherever you are, you're already connected.
Yeah, you are. That's so true.
And we want to say hello to TFR Live and say welcome to you, and Oneness Talk Radio, welcome to you. And
yeah. Hey, Facebook proud sponsors. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, and YouTube. So the video stream is available, and we hope that you're chatting with each other and giving each other a little love and reassurance, because together we co-create the loving world that we choose to manifest. And that happens just by be the love you want to see in the world. Just be it. And we're going to be it with each other and offer some ascended perspectives to invite the recognition that all is truly well. And
you know, you guys, I know that in this moment, just breathe that in. And I see our call board filling up. And for those of you that do not know, the number is 517-208-1500. Absolutely jump in, get into the call board. Remember that you do get to listen to the show while you're holding. And so 517-208-1500. I see a lot of people chatting at Oneness Talk Radio. And beloved angels, this is a moment I want to read. And I want to talk about, Shri and I both want to share some things that we have been witnessing through the blessing of the cocoon that we're in. Yeah. You know, there is the virus here. I'm talking about the density virus. We're going to be talking about a lot of different aspects of this virus today. So in this moment, what is it? COVID? Is that what they call it?
COVID-19.
This COVID-19 is here. We have 17 cases, which I find very fascinating in that number, all from the same almost family. And it's in one section of the country, which is actually quite far away from us. However, it's not to say we are all not being affected. What we are sharing is that in this moment right now, as you scroll, as you look at things, as you see what's getting your attention, and we celebrate that you're here with us right now in this incredible community. As I was scrolling, because tomorrow we're going to explain how we can actually move through this by not being afraid of looking at it. And so I wanted to read this quote that I found, and I was giggling. I have to admit, guys, I'm only going to share it with you because it actually made me giggle, because we've been talking about this, and here it was so clearly written, like in literal print. And here was the quote. This is from NBC News. The disease, the disruption, and the fear are spreading fast. Now I want you to hear that again. The disease, the disruption, and the fear are spreading fast. This is a quote from NBC News that was from about a week ago. And it was maybe 3 days ago. Excuse me. It was maybe like 3 days ago. And the one thing that is really before us right now is a unique moment to remember who you are and to really sit back and pay attention that everything that the divine directors, everything that we have been sharing about the up level, it's like Shri and I are sitting here going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We have never seen things manifest so quickly.
Very quickly.
From here's what's coming to pay attention, here it is. Mm-hmm. And this is the moment of the mastery up level where awareness, experience, choice becomes a simultaneous, like an automatic energy engine inside of us, and it starts the remembering of who we are.
Indeed, because when we bring consciousness into the equation of this cycle of self-ascension that we are all participating in, that it takes not only awareness, it takes a willingness to experience in order to manifest a clear choice. And so this cycle is an ongoing re-upping, you might say. And it's an ongoing experience of those who are awakening. And speaking of awakening, it's important to remember that the March momentum that is upon us is offering an acceleration to all paths.
Exactly.
To all perspectives. And that acceleration can manifest in tragic ways. That acceleration can manifest in blissful ways. And what's going on in our world is indeed a state of invitation.
That's the word.
I'm going to pause right there.
Yeah.
He's going to say, inviting us to do what?
Well, no, but actually, I think a lot of us got that.
Yeah.
It is an invitation. It's an invitation that's saying, open your eyes, pay attention, and what are you choosing?
Where are you going to engage?
There it is. There it is. Well, and Shri, one of the things that I want to share is that I'm looking at the e-card that we put out today to make sure that we stay as on track as possible for all of you, especially with what's happening this week. Let's remember that we just had this extraordinary first super full moon open. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that this is going to open up a cycle that March, April, May are going to be like a package, right? We opened up in March kind of normal, a little concerned about some things. Now we're starting to get into it, and it's starting to get pretty big, and we actually have a peak week ahead of us. Believe it or not, we haven't peaked yet. The peak week is ahead of us, but of course it is, Shri, because we're also coming up on what? On the equinox. Yeah. So a moment of perfect balance is getting ready to come forward. I mean, pay attention, right? So we're in this, the first of these three, which ignited this tri-shul energy. And what we're going to find, guys, is that it's going to have its cycle. March, April, May are going to be their own cycle within a cycle. But by the end of May, we'll be feeling like we did in the beginning of March. Things are going to start feeling like normal again. There'll still be some things that we're going to be looking at, but it is a closed loop. And so I want to offer that to you energetically at the very least, because in this moment right now, I know we are getting slammed with emails from people. My own daughter sent me pictures. She lives in Denver, and she sent me pictures of the empty grocery store lines and told me that there were 40-minute waits, no carts, the shelves were emptied. This is what NBC News literally spellcast on you. And I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying that in the intention, in the good intention of informing you, we hear things like the disease, the disruption, and the fear are spreading fast. That's not written in any way other than that's a declaration. And I call it spellcasting. That's about as power-filled as a doctor that you've given your power away to, giving you a diagnosis and you manifesting the worst case of that,
We are all subject to hypnotic influence.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And the hypnotic influence is more potently received by the ego state of perception,
right.
Beingness, than the soul-based, the ascended perspective. And the ego loves drama, delusion, and diversion because the ego seeks to dissolve into oneness. And it does it in the most unhealthy of ways. It does it through addictions and drugs and other immersions that pull attention away from the self, the ego self. And so everybody's got an ego. Everybody's running an ego. The question is, to what degree does it govern your experience? Not do you have it? You have it. You may have spiritualized your ego. Your ego might be really fun to play with, but it's still interpreting and influencing or governing how you will experience the world.
Right.
And so as we cultivate the ascended perspectives, as we move into our fifth dimensional witnesser and allow the compassion and love to come forward and begin to witness the world through that vibrational state, now all of a sudden fear isn't quite the thing that it was at the other states. We're not in delusion any longer. We're just noticing what's happening. And we offer compassion and love and support as we are called to do so. that's a very nice place to be. It's a very, when I say nice, what I mean, it's a comfortable state of being that takes the commitment to surrender the perspective of the egoic point of view.
Yeah. And, I want to share that with that, I think it's valuable to note, Shri, that when we are at a moment of saying yes to who we are, in this moment, with the bombardment that is happening, with the absolute densification, and tomorrow, please join us. Make a note, noon Pacific time tomorrow. You want to join us. We are literally going to give you the 5 steps through this. There are 5 steps, but they only happen in your multidimensional state. And everything you just shared, you used all those key words, compassion, and all of the other things I was listening to. The keys that Shri was sharing with you was that in this moment right now, the 5th dimensional experience is the gateway more than ever. And this is why some people are just waking up to the 5th dimension right now. I get so many emails from people going, Kira, why are you talking about the 9th dimension? You're insane. We're only getting to the 5th. Well, yes, some of you are. However, some of us had to kind of hold this space open for the past 20 some odd years so that you could be here now. And we are really glad you're here. And now that we're in this 5th dimensional experience, we still have to be in that compassionate wisdom to open up that broader, our big wide angle view. That's why we're giving it to you this evening with all of our beautiful flags. And so open up that broader view. If we stay in the smaller view right now, it's going to be very easy. Remember, you'll still be in your spiral, but you can actually start spiraling down, even from the 5th dimension. You can start spiraling downward. And the key is not to beat yourself up if you notice you are. The key is to be able to know, to have enough presence, enough remembering of who you really are inside of you, that at some point there will be a moment where you will activate how to stop it and then see it for what it is and lift up through it rather than become consumed by it. And Shri, I wanted to jump over to our emails. And then I see we have a very full call board. And I wanted to start with this one from Italy. I think many of you know my daughter was in Italy on her junior year abroad in school, and she actually got out of Italy days before they really shut it down.
She got home, but was quarantined.
I think she's just getting ready to come out of her quarantine there to just go right back into, no comment. My poor daughter, she's already frustrated. But my heart was really big and among all of your emails, and we have quite a few to get to, plus quite a few of you at the call board. And so I really think with what's going on tonight, we're here. We want you guys to know we're here, and we want to hear what you're going through and how you're doing it, because with every fear, with every doubt, remember that in 2020, the ascension symptoms for the first time ever had these 2 overarching energies. And what was one of them, my loves? Fear. We are actually up leveling the ascension energy, which is why the fear is up leveling with it. And we put this information out a while ago. So please go to shriandkira.com. Right on the homepage, you'll see the video. Click on it. Watch the 2020 ascension symptoms again if you're really battling that, because this is what we've talked about, that we've been given this 2-year window, but that at the end of this 2-year window, we can actually break free of all of this. That's kind of exciting.
Think of fear as a mini trampoline. It's your rebounder. Just as soon as you are getting in the grip of the fear and you see it, you recognize it, you can boink right back up.
I love it. That's an official term.
So the mini trampoline of fear is there to support you to continue to choose to where you're going to place your perspective. Because in fact, the test run, so to speak, of the mass situation is to see how fast, how far consciousness can be sucked into that polarized perspective, that fear-based perspective, which will directly inhibit the ascended capacity of the person, because then they've made a commitment to be in the separation. Remember, the difference between density consciousness and ascended consciousness, through one way of talking about it, is polarity versus unity.
Yeah. So, whew, that almost took my breath away. And so, Shri, I want to read this email from this beautiful woman from Italy. We're going to start here. We're going to go to the phone lines. We'll take some more of these. We'll just kind of go back and forth. So here it is. Greetings, beautiful people. I am under house arrest in Italy, and the energy here is dense. Having moments of my own fear, but mainly tapping into the collectives. Had a panic attack a few nights ago. I have never had one before in my life. And I have been resorting to constant spiritual practices I've picked up along my journey to keep me present, grounded, and focused. Yay. Yeah. It's been a quote, slap in the face, capital letter, stay in the moment exercise. If not, well, gosh, it's easy to be pulled astray by all this spiraling fear with instant physical repercussions. The lungs close up the moment I stray. I don't believe in coincidence, right? Mm-hmm. All right. This is a blessing in disguise fundamentally. I know it. I trust it. Right on. That's the moment where we've interrupted the spiral. As we're all prisoners in our own homes, it's been a great opportunity to eat well, practice meditation more, do more yoga, get creative. The situation has also, quote, forced me to go deep into self-healing. I have a health issue going on at the moment, but as we are turned away from medical care, unless it's life or death, I'm learning how to heal myself, inside out, deep in the depths. Yes, this is a peak authenticity week coming up in front of us. I'm amazed at the amount of connection with my loved ones far away from me, with complete strangers across the globe this is bringing, sending, sharing love, support, solidarity, coping techniques, and information. And I'm not the crazy one anymore. We're speaking up. No more holding back. Hashtag lineage holder. Help us, guys. We're building a steamroller to New York for hashtag lineage holder. Help us build it. Must laugh at irony. 3D is crumbling before our eyes. Didn't expect it to come about in this way, but who knew it was coming? I've been waiting for this exact moment, haven't I? I've given myself 3 mantras. I trust my strong and healthy body. I am exactly where I need to be. This is what I came here for. What a ride. Hee. I agree. And it reminds me of the 4 knowns, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow as well. So I want to read her another paragraph here. I'd like to ask a question if you have any clarity on this for us. During meditation, I'm finding that the energy gets blocked in my crown. It's almost like there's a cork in my head preventing the energy from flowing up and out. It's very noticeable. The frequency is very high and swirls around in my skull but won't move out. Talking to a friend here a few nights ago, she is also experiencing the same thing. And I gave another friend who is now starting his conscious personal healing journey and ascension a grounding and breathing meditation. And he came back saying, my head feels strange now, like a balloon filled with energy, like the energy is trapped in my head. I can't notice the link to this coronavirus. And then, of course, corona is crown. Is this what they are covertly asking for our consent for? Yes, we have a lot to talk about with this. By buying into this nonsense about the virus, we're giving them consent over our crown chakras. Is this also where 5G hits hardest? Blocking our ability to connect and expand even to source? Capital yes. Yes. Sí. Es verdad. Yes. Blocking our ability to connect and expand even to source. I ask this on a logical level for my linear left brain to comprehend. Fundamentally, I know there are no such things. They can't ever block me from source. I am source. They are source. We are all one. Much love, light to the whole crew. And thank you for being you. Lots of kisses. Mwah. We love you too, sweetheart. And Eliza, this is exactly what's going on.
Powerful letter.
It is just so right on it. And it hits on every level of what's happening in this moment and why it's about not being afraid to write what she just wrote. Mm-hmm. This is the key, is that the fear right now is what's going to first entrap you. That's number one. And then, the vibration of the 5G. And just so you guys know, this is so important in this moment that this Tuesday night, right here at tfrlive.com, over at onenesstalkradio.com, and of course over at the Oneness Talk Radio YouTube and all the affiliates, please watch Soul Mirrors. We are doing a special show on the 5G effect and the virus. So please be there Tuesday night. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
And it's important to recognize that there is always an an intention behind an energetic expression.
Yes.
Energy is, and consciousness with an intention pushes energy or calls it in a certain way. So without moving into deep mysteries, it is an interesting coincidence that there is a global virus at the same time that there is the launch of the 5G frequency.
Yes.
And an uptick, up-leveling of the ascension frequencies.
Exactly.
Now
And
look at this convergence.
I'm going to go stop our dog from screaming. Is that okay? Because
Yeah.
I think you guys are hearing it. And so
I can go. If you want.
it is okay. Well, we want to, and we do apologize for taking this moment. However, it is fascinating. Watch your animals. How many of you have noticed that your animals are just acting differently in these past few days? They know nothing about the virus. Nothing. Our animals have a complete new pattern of behavior here in a country where things are pretty mellow right now. I mean, we are under all the same protocols. Things are really pretty normal, as normal as they can be. And I suspect for a lot of you, they are too. Other than this, and I want to go back to the very first thing that Eliza said here, I am under house arrest and the energy here is dense. Bear in mind, and we're going to talk a lot more about this tomorrow, but what I would invite you to do between today and tomorrow, start noticing what not what's wanting you to notice it. Meaning that if people are also going to be spending a lot more time online right now, aren't they? People are going to be spending a lot more time scouring and looking. So this is a moment to really bombard you with information, bombard you with energy sequences, bombard you. So pay attention from your multidimensional self. Notice not what is obvious. The obvious is what's either being paid to get your attention or is what is trying to distract you. So the obvious, which right now is the virus. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. Everything you look at is the virus. So we know that. We get that. That's there. And maybe that is what's consuming your attention. But between now and tomorrow, and you'll understand why this is going to make so much sense tomorrow when Sri and I share those steps with you, pay attention to what your soul wants you to see. In other words, how do you know the difference? What your soul wants to see is what you stop and actually read, or you go beyond a headline, or you're thinking about it, or it really starts coming in and it starts taking you somewhere else. Notice, you already know what's trying to get your attention, what's trying to distract you. Now notice, in the midst of all of that, there is always something that your consciousness is wanting you to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. So start practicing as you're going to, because it's happening. Everyone's at home and what are they doing? They're bored, whatever. Meditation would be great. Yoga would be great. Singing would be great. How about a good old fashioned puzzle, not on your computer? I mean, roll out the big 1,000-piece and have some fun. How about really communing with your pets?
Time to write that book.
Exactly. There are so many beautiful gifts. You're being given. It's like the universe has come down and said, look, for whatever reason you might choose, the world needs a timeout right now. Things are just out of control. Because behind the scenes, there's a lot of global positioning happening in the world of density. And so when you have that much positioning, these are like the final pieces on the checkerboard are being assembled as they're saying, okay, get them over here, looking at, don't look what's in this hand, pay attention over here. And so that distraction energy is exactly what begins the invitation to the congested corona, the congested crown. In your crown chakra right now. Yes. And please, with all my heart and soul, go to auraenergyshield.com. A-U-R-A, Aura Energy, E-N-E-R-G-Y, Shield, S-H-I-E-L-D.com. And the maker, Christina Job, is going to be on my show Tuesday night. Soul Mirrors, be there. The spun silver scarves I have to share. When we were in India, we would be driving by. I kid you not, guys. The towers were like, you're staring at them. And it was so profoundly, I almost vomited in the bus. And wrapping my head in that pure spun silver really is what kept me going. Yeah. So much so that Christina made me a turban that I'll be wearing in New York so that I can walk around in New York and keep my crown energy from collapsing.
So there's a couple of summations, a couple of takeaways that I want to underscore. The one is you're safe.
You are safe. Unless you choose not to be.
The second is where you put your energy is what you are choosing to manifest.
Absolutely.
And so this is a thing about what are your beliefs, because beliefs are a lens through which we look at the light.
Yeah.
We aren't seeing the light. We're seeing the part of our light that goes through the beliefs. Beliefs are a lens. And if you're believing in limitation and lack, if you're believing in a terminal existence and all of that that goes with it, if you believe, then you are giving energy to the concept of fear and death and the rest of it. So without unpacking that intellectually, I will tell you this. I know from my experience, having reversed bone spurs in my hip, and having reversed a terrible surgery, that one of the number one things you and any of you can do is cultivate your happiness and your joy. You want a good immune system, a strong immune system? Be happy. And if you are looking at that which doesn't make you happy, you are battling against yourself. Because when we hold the energy of depression, sadness, doubt, fear, distress, when we hold distress in our corpus, we are corroding ourselves, thus making an easy entry for an outside invader as well, such as a virus or a bacteria. So the number one thing to do is to monitor your sense of well-being.
Yeah.
That's your best, quote, orientation. I was going to say best defense. We don't need to defend.
Yeah,
we just need to orient.
Exactly. And, there's lots of things you can do. Sri and I have discovered things that we're doing that certainly make us feel better. And so what we know is that, are you tired or are you inspired?
Yes.
If you are tired, then this virus is loving you. Because what is one of the things that's happening, right? You're tired, the muscle fatigue, all of that, the lungs, the grief of the world. If you're carrying, how are people dying from this disease? From the grief of the world entering into them.
Yeah, the inability to exchange air any longer.
Yeah, it's saying that, I've given, I feel this grief. And so we're not saying to lose your empathy, but what we are encouraging you to do is to remember who you are. This distraction energy is smart, but you are smarter. Mm-hmm. You really are. If you start feeling angry, if you still start feeling anxiety, if suddenly you're not enjoying people that have done everything they can to help you, or other issues, or you're starting to think weird thoughts, pay attention. That is the distraction. That's the virus. That's the real virus that's out there.
Yeah. And so this is a marvelous opportunity to bring previously ignored parts of your consciousness into attention. That's called healing. When we are able to take those shadow aspects, those parts of ourselves that react in fear, the parts of ourselves that judge and get angry, and just look at them and look at the kind of the insanity. I'm giving this anger energy to an illusionary foe. That this adversary has no power over me, but I'm acting as if it does. And oh, wow.
Because I'm aligned with density. Remember, you're going to be out there navigating. You don't want to think that you're not. And we have a lot more to share about that. And as we get into the second half of the show, we're starting to get these callers on. Sri, I noticed that we did buzz right through TFR's break. Sorry.
They'll be back in 40 seconds, but we'll say hi to them then.
We will say hi to them then. And so, Sri, I think what's important to pay attention to in this moment is that when we remember who we are, when we absolutely can relax into that, then that fear, that doubt, that anger, and especially that fear, because remember, fear is one of the overarching ascension energies right now. Please go watch again or watch for the first time the 2020 Ascension Symptoms video. It is on our homepage at shriandkira.com. Just go to the homepage, scroll for like a second, and you'll see it. You can't miss it. Click and watch, because when we understand the energy of fear, and then we can look at ourselves from that multidimensional space. March was what, guys? It was the first month of this year that is very much igniting the visionary transformation through timeline adaptation. And it's simultaneous with these 3 super full moons. It is a massive moment It really is. And that's why it can have that whelm energy. And that's why it's going after our third chakra. Remember, we've been talking about this now for like, I think 3 weeks. So if you want to catch up, go watch the shows.
Absolutely. Because we are in a,
we are at tfrlive.com. Hey guys, welcome back. We're glad you're here.
And we are truly in a moment where the analogy of a battlefield comes to mind. But this is a battlefield without fear and anger. This is a battlefield that simply says, are we inviting wholeness and compassion, or are we inviting distraction and disparity, meaning dissolution and the objects of polarity? Because the polarity is saying, come play with me. And the ascended experience is saying, we welcome you home.
Yes. Yes, I love that. And, Sri, speaking of welcome, let's just jump to the phone lines. Let's go right in. So we're going to go over to Hawaii. You want to go over to Hawaii?
I think so.
All right. I love Hawaii. Namaste, Hawaii. Welcome.
Namaste, Shri and Kira.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much.
Oh, we love
I've been out of touch, and felt compelled to tune in this morning and even call in. And lo and behold, here I am. Okay, so I've been navigating an interesting challenge since August of last year when I was injured at work, and I'm still not really working. I mean, I went back part-time with very limited, with a lot of accommodations. And I realized these last 2 weeks when I was working, even just from home part-time, how miserable I was and how joyful I was, even amidst all of the craziness the last 7 months when I wasn't there. And so I am feeling like it's time to take the leap and exit. And I just would love a mini soul reading about that.
Well, thank you. And first of all, I want to share that you're not only did you get through, you're the first caller, right? And so as we all know on this show, all of us are always modeling for each other, right? We're all here together. And so what you are really being shown, it's funny, as you were sharing your story with me, I was watching these, there's 3 of them, by the way, which I think is very interesting with the Trinity energy right now, March, April, May. But there's these 3, they're like very crystalline beings. And one of them has like a wheelbarrow, and one of them has a shovel. And the other one is kind of like saying, okay, this, and this. And they're saying that you have everything you need to build your future, to build your life. Just build it from your joy. And they're saying that they have been speaking to you for quite a while, and that you've been listening, then you don't listen. You listen, then you don't listen. And they're saying all you need to do is stay committed, stay focused, stay committed, because you already know what you're going to do. You know how you're going to do it. You know how it's going to unfold. You've just been like not breathing when you look at it. And they're saying when you can look at it and breathe and smile and expand, that's the moment you're ready to take the next step. And so keep looking, keep bringing it together. And as soon as it feels so right that you couldn't take another moment not being that blessing of you, that's the moment to take the steps, and that everything is around you. You've got the wheelbarrow, you got the shovel, you got the manager, it's all there. And so thank you for reminding us all that if we pay attention, we do have everything we need right in front of us, and that we are the master and we can call it forward, and that we must manifest from our deepest joy. That's when it all comes together. So thank you for that reminder. We're so grateful you're here with us today.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. It really resonated. You guys take care. I love you. Aloha.
Aloha. We love you too, sweetheart. Oh, Shri. Everybody breathe.
Yeah.
I really am feeling a lot of heart energy and a lot of stuck throat. Remember, guys, we are in a moment of authenticity. Authenticity is, this whole next week is all about authenticity. It's going to be in your face, and that means your ego is going to be up. So which one are you going to listen to? Which one are you going to listen to? And here's the gift. If you listen to the authenticity, it gets really easy, really fast. There's usually just like a moment of the ego going, huh. And then when the ego relaxes through that and you get on the other side, it's like, wow, it's a gorgeous view and everything's manifesting. So speaking of that, let's go to California. Is that where we're going, Sri?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey, namaste. Hey, is this Linda? Namaste, Linda.
Hi, namaste. I love you guys.
Oh, we love you. Hi, welcome. How do you like your other home? How are we looking out here if you're watching us?
I'm loving it. Absolutely.
How can we serve you today?
Okay, so just a little background. I've been enjoying the experience of being the witness. You know, I've made conscious decisions when I get that. I'm tired, I'm not doing right, I'm just having a little less inspired, but I'm moving back onto inspiration.
Right on.
So I was calling for a mini soul reading.
Woo! Okay. So the minute you transitioned, from the sharing to, so I'm calling for a mini soul reading, I literally caught my breath in my fifth chakra and felt like a huge, not like I was hitting the heart, but like a, whoa, like my heart can't hold any more of what it's being asked to hold. And I'm feeling it over on the left side in the physical heart. I'm feeling a little bit in the upper part of the spine, like up near the neck in the back, like really high spine. And what I'm hearing around you is they're saying, bring your hands to your third chakra, close your eyes. And I'm doing this. And for all of you who want to share this blessing, bring your hands to your third chakra, close your eyes, relax your breath. In this moment, feel our hands cradling that which is hurting the most. And I'm watching their hands being placed on the back of the heart, like hands coming in on either side of the spine. And I'm watching this profound energy enter in, and they're saying, feel the wave of consciousness restoring. Breathe in through your nose, bring it through your body. Open up the soles of your feet and allow them to radiate. It's like I want to sit differently. It's like I have my feet propped up right now and I feel like they're radiating rays of light, and that those rays of light are coming out of my feet, coming around, coming right back up to my crown. And now it's like you're sitting in this beautiful egg, and they're saying, we have restored you to the place of your divine creation. From here, it is fresh. Wipe the slate clean and begin knowing that all is already completed. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. I resonate so with that. I'm in.
Much love.
Love you guys.
Mwah. We love you too, sweetheart. And I don't know about a lot of you, but I'm a little dizzy right now. And I was experiencing, I do want to share that I was very much experiencing, wow, crown. Do you guys feel that? Yeah. It's like your whole crown chakra right now is saying, okay, here I am. I'm illuminating. And this is what we can do. You know, we were talking earlier about the 5G and the interference energy and all the other things that are happening. When we come together in harmonious community, when we come together like this, we are able to collectively hold this energy. And that's one of the blessings of coming in from so many different channels and stations, is that we are creating a harmonic frequency that is assisting to hold that fifth dimensional compassionate gateway clearly open. And we are at a moment where that's really important.
Yes.
Remember who you are. You are that powerful. All right, where are we going, Sri? You take us where we're going, baby. Wow. Hey, Seattle. Yeah, your old stomping grounds. Hello. Namaste, Seattle. Welcome.
I'm on the show.
You are on the show. Namaste. Welcome, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. Wow. Okay.
You.
So I've been watching for a long time, and I have been feeling tired and not inspired, and I've been meditating and trying to unwind it and trying to get inspired, and I'm just having a really hard time. So, like your first caller, something said, try calling in, and here I am for advice.
Well, number one, wow, you are amazing. It is such a gift to connect with you. I'm so glad you got through today. And as we're connecting with you right now, it's interesting. Right inside of you is like, I just want to call it a joy bubble. And it's like it's sitting there going, well, you want me now? You want me now? You want me now? You know, it's like this, it's like these cute little fairies going, come on, like we're ready, you know, come on, come on, come on. And it's funny because it's like it's trapped. It's here. It's beautiful, but it's very it's not like a firm bubble. It's more like, you know, you can mold it. So it keeps moving. And it's funny because you know how to work with this energy, yet this energy is not integrated. And what they're saying is stop meditating and start dancing. They're saying put on the music you love, dance till you can't anymore, sing at the top of your lungs, paint, draw. And they're saying call in that energy and the inspiration will flow. And keep a notebook or recorder with you or something that you want to jot notes down with, because I see you and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like you have so much inspiration. It's like you've been afraid to call it in. And so now is the moment to dance it in, sing it in, have fun with it. And I'm just so glad she's here. I'm so glad you're here because you're helping us all remember to sing it and dance it and have fun with it. And I got you, girl. Let's do it. I'm with you. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank
Much
you.
love, dear.
You're amazing. Go have fun. Go have fun, sweetheart.
You're amazing too. I appreciate both of you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Namaste. And you know, I want all of us to pay attention that when we feel joy,
Yes.
I mean, that deep energy of joy, when we let ourselves dance, when we move, you know, what I love is that that's when that third chakra, feel that, right? Do you guys feel that? Like after I was connecting with our beautiful caller, I felt such a huge third chakra release. That's how we find our empowerment. We enlightened. We are charging that engine, and then we remember who we are. Remember this energy of distraction this week, right now is the peak. We are peaking. This week is Authenticity Central. And with all my heart and soul, you guys, learn about claiming authenticity. It's at our website at the events page, right?
Yep,
How can they find out about it?
Right on the homepage.
There it is.
Just click through, and there's a free class there that you can tune in with, or you can just say, hey, sign me up, because it's 8 weeks of support.
And we had no idea when we decided to start this on March 18th, we had no idea of what would be going on in density. But I love that I had a vision last year, reached out to a beautiful Lisa Wilson and said, Lisa, I have this vision and we're supposed to do this together. And then she reached out to Tammy, and then we went to Shri and said, you've got to be a part of this. And the next thing you know, in the year of perfect balance, then it was a deep knowing it needed to start in mid-March. If ever there was 8 weeks where we need to come together, I mean, in that radical authenticity and say, no more BS. This is the moment. This is it. So we start Wednesday. Join us. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, don't forget to breathe.
Yes.
I say that a little bit as a pun, but a little bit as a reminder.
Well, you know, Shri, before we go to the next call, go ahead, sweetheart.
Let's read one.
Yeah.
But I want to invite us right now to be mindful of your own breath.
Yeah.
Because our breath is also feedback on how we are exchanging the essence of life.
Yeah.
The symbology of the lungs is about exchanging this essence of life. And that when the lungs are compromised, that is the energy of suffering. We compromise our lungs through grief, through sadness, through repetitive traumas, where we're not able to exchange with ease. As we practice exchanging with ease, then there's really nothing to hang on to. A virus floating in the air goes in and goes right back out again. It's and I don't mean that mechanically. What I mean is you're not as touchable, because there is a buoyancy. And so I'm just wanting to say the number one mantra of the day is called ha ha ha. Have a laugh. Ha ha ha. And keep moving the energy.
Third chakra. Well, Sri, I want to read this. Okay, so here's another email. This is a short one, but I want to address it. All right. Or actually, you might be a good right one to address this as well. Hello, Sri and Kira. I read that this virus manifested to clear the root chakra, which we know is about safety, right, at the densified level, and that the task is complete. Have you any knowledge of this or opinion? I would love to know your thoughts. I look forward to your shows this weekend, and always smiley faces. Thank you. Much love, Jana. Hey, Jana, I hope I pronounced it right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Okay, first of all, Sri, do you want to jump in before I do? Because this is a really good question.
Well, yeah. The answer is yes, and also when. Here's what I want to say about this is that yes, we are clearing fear.
You're right.
And
that's what the root chakra is about.
The fear is about your foundational safety in the world. I mean, the fear in the root chakra, and not everybody is clearing.
No.
That's why I had that.
Exactly.
Kind of,
the generic that the task is complete. Well, if the task is to invite people to notice what needs to be healed in the root chakra, then that task is being completed because everybody's root chakra is in front of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone, even Sri and I had a very fascinating, we don't need to talk about it on air, but we had a very fascinating journey right now ourselves that affected our root chakra energy. And so there's a lot happening right now. What is the root chakra? Remember, in density, it's very much about safety. So the root chakra is what you are born into. It's entry level density consciousness. It's basic needs. It's mine, because, and I don't care about yours. All I care about is mine. That's what this is. And fear is the playground of that. It really is. So great question. And thank you for asking. All right, Sri, I want to read this one because this is just a fun sharing. And then we'll go back to the phone lines. All right, here's another one. I love the subject line. In this moment, be not afraid. Love it. Yeah. Love it. Exclamation point. Dearest Sri and Kira. Thank you so much for your email Thursday evening to our beloved community. It offered much support and love. And angels, if you are not on our newsletter list, please go to shrinkira.com. It's actually right down at the bottom of the homepage in the footer.
The little footer
and
menu.
It'll say, hey, get our newsletter. It's free. We send out a lot of updates. And if you really want the updates, get our app. Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira at Android or Apple Store. It doesn't matter. Get our app where we put out up to dates constantly, along with lots of other services. All right, let's continue. Because of your teachings in this moment, I have never felt more anchored in the fifth dimension, feeling tremendous compassion for those all around me that are afraid at this time. As I am lifted, there is a quiet stillness as I gaze with a wide-angle view at what is unfolding in the world of density. I can really see myself witnessing the witnesser. I love this email. And I feel great peace. See, that's the ascended root chakra. Remember that the root chakra in density is about safety, but when we get it into its ascended energy, it actually is the foundation of our peace. All right. This helps me know with clarity what I really want. Right on. And that is the divine presence that surrounds me and shines through me will illuminate the way for all that are now fearful and suffering. In this moment, I truly understand why I am here.
Nice.
Yeah. Several years ago, when I called in for my very first mini soul reading, you were guided for me to say the word or words before you gave me a soul reading. It took me a year to figure out that the word is be. To just be our authentic self as best we can. In this moment, I know the words are be not afraid. As I walk through the valley of death with my torch and trident in hand, I will fear not. Much love and a deep bow of respect for you both, Sandy in Atlanta.
Thank you, dear.
I'm just clapping, and I wanted to share this because this is the gift. You are literally, I think Sandy's email is literally reflecting the gift that is available for all of us to be claiming. That's it. We have been given a universal timeout, a moment to really reconnect with the self. Maybe it's not so bad that you don't have to run around and be commuting all the time right now. Maybe it's not so bad that your children have to be at home with you and everybody needs to learn how to be together again. Maybe this can be a moment that can actually help us remember who we are rather than separate us from who we are. And Shri, can I say one last thing? This weekend, and I'm going to share this again tomorrow, with your family, with your kids, with yourself, please rewatch the movie, The Last Mimsy. It's an old movie, but it is absolutely got so many deep messages for this moment. We're actually going to use some of them tomorrow. The Last Mimsy, Mimzy. It's an older one. Go find it on the web, whatever. Watch it and really enjoy it.
I'm off watching it in my mind.
I know. We're going to watch it. You know what we're doing after the show? We're going to go sit down and watch The Last Mimsy.
You know, as we kind of reflect on what's been going on here and our sharings, it's important to remember that the context determines the quality of your experience, and the context of fear and separation and all of the broadcast news and everything going on in the net is supporting a certain worldview and a certain experience. That is an option. It is not a reality. A reality is what you choose to empower.
Breathe that in. Wow. I love that.
And so remember, there are many options, but there's one reality, and it's the one that you are choosing to live right now. And that's the reality, I trust, that will support the reunification of all loving souls, that will support the reunification of harmony and beauty in your life experience and in the shared experience. This is my vision, and I'm putting words on it because I'm inviting you to also join me there. And so, beloved ones, remember, you do have a choice. Yes. You always have choice. And so we use our choice to up-level our momentum as an ascending being. Ascending means expansion, and that's the expansion of joy and the deep peace of authentic beingness.
Wow. You know, Shri, I love that because everything is up-leveling. Remember, all energy is neutral. So everything is up-leveling. So in this moment at hand, pay attention. What is up-leveling in your life? Because you can consciously be connected with the up-level energy as we are. And I do want to share, because I am so very honored and excited that Shri and I are confirmed. We are going to be in New York City, May 31 through June 1. And you got to love the timing.
Yeah, it's actually
right?
May 29.
May 29, excuse me. Thank you, Shri. And we are going to be also dropping our brand new book at this event as well. You'll be able to pre-order our book coming up very quickly here in early April. I'm very excited about that. And there is just so much. We're excited to come see all of you. And we feel 100% comfortable and safe. We have made hotel reservations, airline reservations, because we know by the end of May, this is all happening. Remember, it's a cycle. But the cycle is peaking this week. We are building up to that watch date. It is the only watch date of the entire year. It's the 24th. We are building up into the equinox. Everything's building. So whatever's out of balance, right? We're getting ready to move into balance. So it's like the two magnets are coming together.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's a grand time to be awake. You could sleep through it. And
a lot of people are. That's definitely an option. And it can be a fun one, you know? Hey, did I miss something? Right, you know?
That's a choice.
Absolutely.
However, the growth, the grit, the gusto, the goodness of it all is available as we are awake to what is happening.
Yeah.
And so we certainly offer you a hug of reassurance that you can do this.
Yes. And Shri, I don't know, what's our time like?
We got a couple of minutes.
All right. Well, we're going to try and squeeze in another caller.
Okay. Should we head to Florida?
Let's go to Miami. Hey, Miami. Namaste. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Am I on there?
You are.
Hi.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, this is Jamie, and I'm just wondering whether I could have a mini soul reading.
Well, of course you can, and thank you for asking, and I'm glad we were able to get you in right here at the end of the show. So I'm going to invite you to bring your hands to your heart, because as I'm connecting with you, it's interesting. Have you noticed today, Shri? Today's been very much about throat chakra, and in your case, high heart. And so as I connect with that area right there, it's funny. I see this beautiful, it's like these two hands in prayer position are coming through what I would say would look like beautiful gold velvet curtains. And the hands are coming in and they're opening up the curtains. And this is happening like right behind you, like if I was to show that. And it's like they're opening up this portal or this energy in your crown chakra. And they're saying, lift up, breathe up, release the burden that seeks to stop you. Feel the heat in your hands surround you. And may your heart remember that as you release that which seeks to keep you stuck, you will ascend quickly into that which has been waiting for you to manifest. And I'm holding my hands right here, like where the temples are on my head, and I'm feeling massive heat. It's like you're being connected with this energy. Your mind's been really, it's like they're offering your mind, it's like I'm seeing a big toothbrush. And it's like they're just kind of giving your mind this, like, this good cleaning. And they're saying that breathe, smile, and relax. It's right in front of you. And with my hands on my heart, I'm going to take in a deep breath. I want you to take in a really deep breath. Let it out. Relax into your third chakra and smile. You are really being flooded with a lot of energy, and receive it, breathe it, and smile it. Thank you, my love. I'm glad we got you in. Thank you for that gift.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Whoo, do you feel that?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody take another breath. Yeah, wow.
So, beloved ones, as we enjoy the sharing that came through in the energetic transmission, I am reminded to remind you that we are all so connected.
Yes.
And as we lift together, we heal together. And healing is joyful. Healing is a restoration of greater harmony, of greater balance and beauty. Healing is restorative. And I choose to accept this time in history as my healing moment.
Oh. Be with us tomorrow, noon Pacific time.
Have a great week, and
We
we'll see
love
you tomorrow.
you.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.